How's it going, folks? Adrian Jr. here with STE Outdoors. You can see we're back at beautiful Lake Mead. A lot has changed since the last time we've been out here, and we're gonna explore it. We're gonna drive around, check out different spots. There's a new campground that we wanna explore that's gonna open up very soon to the public. We're gonna check out some of the wildlife that's been sticking around, try to do some fishing from the shore, see if we can catch something, and just explore what's been going on out here at Lake Mead. Stay tuned, should be interesting.
I guess the government's still shut down.
Yep, government shutdown means free national parks.
Man, there's a big turd on my window. We haven't shown Lake Las Vegas in a long time, but they're building all brand new homes right by the lake. Crazy.
Well, this is where our mission begins. It's loud out here, man. Well, here's where the mission's starting. We just parked the truck at one of these little turnoffs here. It's very hard to find parking out here at Lake Mead along the roads. Today, the way we're gonna get down there to the government wash is gonna be using our bikes. Now, the reason we're gonna be taking these Velotric bikes to the government wash is that the government wash is actually currently closed to vehicles. A while ago, we had told you guys about how they were closing the government wash because too many people were staying out there and leaving trash, making illegal roads and stuff, so they closed it off. And from what we read online, it's still open to bikes and hiking and everything. So we're gonna take the bikes down there. We're gonna see the progress that they've been making. They're making campgrounds down there right now. They've been putting in a lot of work, and we want to check it out. You can see I got a whole backpack just loaded with stuff. We got a little fishing pole just in case. Got a little bag of anchovies, and I got some water and everything else I need in my bag. So we're good to go.
Almost forgot the shades. Yeah, we're grabbing some last minute stuff, and we're gonna go make this happen. And we're just gonna do an overall update about the lake. Let's go.
Let's roll.
Did you lock the truck?
Yeah, about to.
Oh yeah, I almost forgot. I have to record while we're going out there, so I'm gonna put this helmet on and look a little bit funny with the helmet, but let's do it. Hey. Oh, there's the second half.
Yeah, the standing boat, huh? Well, we officially made it back into the government wash area. I didn't expect to see this, did you? Boat sitting back here that they pulled out. This one was one of the boats that we filmed a lot at right here. Senior made a TikTok a long time ago joking that they hit a carp or something, and it broke the front end of this boat in, but I did not expect to come back here and see a couple boats floating around. Old prop. This was the double motor right here. This one's been out of water for a little while, but it would kind of go under and out a lot. I don't know if we ever saw this one. Do you? This burnt one?
No.
This boat right here burned up.
This is the one that was sticking straight out.
You think that's the one?
It is.
The standing boat?
They bought the second half out, and look at double.
I remember we did that video of the boats over there. They had the front half on the other side of the lake. And I guess they finally went back and got the back half, and this is it, the infamous standing boat. This is what the bottom of them looked like.
It was only 2 feet deep.
Yeah, this is where he was under. This was all what was under mud right here, probably. So not very deep. It's probably the motors that were holding up, to be honest. It's like 2 giant anchors or something. So he did have a double motor. See, the prop still turned too. And then whatever this is.
That's weird. I've never seen that thing out here.
Just a boating hazard, maybe.
We're going down there. We're gonna look at these campsites that they're building. They should be open in the next couple weeks, is from what they said. Once they open it up, you'll be able to come out and camp. So we're just gonna show you around. We're gonna go down to the water and we'll show you kind of the spots where you can catch fish or not.
The nice thing about having these big electric bikes is
My bad.
I know it's good.
I forget with these mics when I'm talking, you know, it interrupts you.
I was gonna tell them one good thing about having these bikes that we're rolling on out here is you can't park here with the truck, so this was the only way out here. And it's nice to have an electric bike to just... So right before we drive out there to the campground, I just noticed, this is probably for the workers out here, but the porta potty. Look at this thing. This is the biggest porta potty I've ever seen. Most of the places I go that have porta potties, they're just like one little slot porta potty. Look at this, they got their one toilet and tons and tons of space. I've never seen a porta potty like that.
I'm way over here, but a story I've never told is when I was in Iraq, I was in a porta potty and a mortar landed probably 50 yards from me or so. And all the rocks from the dirt just hit the porta potty, and it was like it was raining rocks just all over it. I almost got up and ran without wiping. I was like, heck no. So I had to wipe real quick and took off running. It was crazy.
Well, we're driving down to the water right now, and I think we passed by the first campground. First thing I want to say is you notice that the road was all red, like they put new rocks.
Yeah, new
nice
gravel.
And smooth, but I really hope what I'm about to show you guys right now is not the campgrounds that they're taking this long to build out here. That's all I got to say, right?
Well, it is leveled out. It is all dirt. You'd pull in right here. You could probably set a tent up, but yeah, that's what they have for the campground so far.
Yeah, just a fire pit. So it is looking like they're working on it out here. I mean, if you're gonna park like an RV, I guess that's maybe the idea. Park an RV here, have a nice fire pit to cook, grill, do your stuff. But I hope that they put a couple of campgrounds here with maybe, let's say, like a cement slab or something.
Yeah, I hope so. So coming down here, looking around, they made some campsites closer to the water. That's cool.
Yeah, real close to the water. Because before, you could even see there was a bunch of illegal roads, they were saying. People off-roading. Now they kind of smoothed them out, gave you main roads and access to the water.
Yeah, this is crazy that they cut it all the way down to the water.
That's nice. I was worried they weren't going to do that. Not, just leave you way up there. All right, we drove all the way down to the last campsite. I'm sure there's a couple more that way, but we made a right instead of a left at a little turning point right there. And once again, it's just the fire pit with your little camping spot. But this particular one right here is nice because you're right here pretty much on the water.
Before, you would see vehicles coming and backing down. It was real dangerous. But as you can see right there, like on that one, I don't know how good you can see it, but right there, it's cut. And then there's a berm so you don't roll into the water. One thing about Lake Mead is if it's not an actual road that they carved, you're not allowed to just go and ride wherever the heck you want with bikes and everything. Kind of like a wilderness area, so you want to stick to roads so you don't get in trouble.
That's one of the main reasons that they closed this off and tried to make it into a designated campground, is because too many people are coming out here and beating up the natural wildlife. The whole reason this is a national recreation area is they want to kind of preserve the beauty of the area and not have roads and trash everywhere. So I actually kind of like it, and I look forward to when they open this up. This right here is actually a very good fishing spot too.
So right here, we're going to cast the line out. We bought some bait. We're gonna do a little bit of fishing, and we brought the scope. I'm gonna zoom in on some of the wildlife. You guys can check that out too.
Well, Senior and I sit around and do some bird watching. I think it's the perfect time to talk about the sponsor of today's video, Raycon. Today we're using the Everyday Earbuds Classic. The Everyday Earbuds Classic are loaded with upgrades. They have active noise cancellation, multi-point connectivity. That means if two people want to listen to the same music, you can play the same music from one device. They have an ergonomic fit that actually stays put no matter what. I actually really enjoy how you can customize the earpieces to make them fit you perfectly. You could change it to either a bigger piece or smaller piece just to make sure you get the right fit every time. They have a bunch of different stylish colors you could choose from. One thing that's really good about these is how fast they could charge. They have a quick charge feature. So for 10 minutes of charging, you can get up to 90 minutes of playtime out of your Raycons. Now, if you use the charging case here, you can get up to 32 hours of battery life out of your Raycon. They also happen to have a 30-day happiness guarantee. So if you don't like them, returns are easy, so you have nothing to lose. There's over 3 million customers that love their Raycons and are using them daily. So Raycon is hooking you guys up with an awesome deal for Black Friday and Cyber Monday. So if you go to buyraycon.com/SinCityOutdoors, you can get up to 30% off site-wide. Thank you to them for sponsoring today's video. We're over here grooving to some music while at the lake, and we're gonna keep exploring.
So real simple. That's like a $40 pole we got. It breaks in half so we can do a little bit more traveling.
Oh, we got the importance of, of course. We got some bait in here, we got anchovies, we got everything we need. This is our spotting scope that we're gonna use. You guys know we've been running burst optics for a while now. We're gonna look at some birds and stuff. And we've got our tripod. So we're gonna get it set up, get the line in the water, and start filming some birds and stuff.
I'll get this set up while you get all the fishing stuff set up.
All right, so as we sit around here and hang out for a little bit. We're gonna cast the line out just to try. Just got a regular Carolina rig set up. That one's not the perfect setup, but it works. Got a little hook down about 2 feet leader. All right, so today's bait.
So I want them to imagine something really quick. This campsite opens. You got your fire going on right there with your vehicle, your tent and everything, right next to the water. You come down here and you set up a pole. We even got a bell.
Yeah, we actually brought a bell. So if you had a cast net too, you could probably try to catch some shad around here. Leave the guy behind us is and use that as live bait. But today, since we don't got the cast net, we got the next best thing, anchovies. This guy's from the ocean, but the stripers like them. You know what I realized? We forgot a knife, so we're gonna go a little bit savage with it today. We're gonna have to rip them in half. See if I can get them split. My fingers are gonna be all smelling like fish today. There we go. There's our bait. Here's our hook. I'm just gonna hook him right through the hard part of his head just so it stays on. If like catfish or something takes that. So there's our bait right there. I'm thinking I'm gonna cast it right here in the mouth of this cove. It looks shallow to the right. Look good?
Perfect.
Looks good to me.
Pole holder up here?
Yeah, it's in the bag.
All right, so we brought something special that we never use except for special occasions, and it's a pole holder. We'll set it up right here while we're scoping out some of the animals around here. Dang, this ground is hard.
Put it right here in the softer stuff right here.
All of this stuff is pretty solid.
Maybe you'll just have to use rocks then. Pile of rocks. Right there.
Yeah, let's use a pile of rocks. Glass. People have glass out here?
Not supposed to.
Come on. Oh, there it is. Yeah, people still using glass out here.
We've got bait in the water now. Oh yeah, I need to grab the bell.
Once we get the bell on it,
they're jumping by it.
We're good to go. It probably jumped because where your line's entering the water. It's like when you go trout fishing where your line touches the water, they keep coming up and biting it.
So look at this. When you're shore angling or even from a boat, these are very handy. So when you're not looking at your rod, if you get a bite, you'll know. Just a clip on.
What's funny is people ask me, do we ever catch trout in Lake Mead? Back in the day, they used to stock trout in here. There's even salmon that they used to put in here. But we haven't seen a trout in probably 9 years. We actually saw one when we first moved here. Ever since then, no trout. The trout all got eaten by the stripers. They don't reproduce in here, so it was over pretty quick. So what you're gonna catch here is probably 70% stripers, 20% catfish, 10% largemouth bass or smallmouth bass.
So while we're down here right now, you see we got the spotting scope set up. There's a bunch of really neat wildlife that runs around out here, and I think it'd be kind of cool to show you guys like a real close zoom in shot of some of them.
Let's do it.
Let's check it out.
Look at those cormorants over there on that log. Let's zoom in on those things.
Oh, those are sweet.
They just drove right by them. So right across from here, there's a place called Hole 33. And Hole 33, you can actually turn off, and there's like little coverings and stuff. I don't want to point you guys at the sun, but you can see those covers. They're on top of that hill right there. And the water used to be pretty close to up there, but now that it's so low, you would have to walk probably a half a mile down to the water. But Hole 33 usually held pretty good fish. This whole area holds fish. You're gonna catch fish wherever you get to the water. We got the pole in the water, still no bites. We're gonna do a little bit of B-roll, get some of the things that you're able to see out here, which is wild because a lot of places we go, you don't really see wildlife.
Yeah, this shot I've got going on right now with these pelicans is pretty neat. I gotta say that. I think the last thing anyone would expect to see when you're out at Lake Mead in the middle of the desert is a bunch of pelicans at a lake. It's pretty neat. Look at that. Can you see?
Yeah. All right, so we're gonna show you guys 5 or 6 different species of bird that's around here. Try to identify them, put it down in the comments. Tell us if you've even seen these birds before. Some of these might be just a West Coast thing. Some of them might be all over the world, I don't know. But just let us know, have you seen these animals or not? We're gonna do a close-up on 5 or 6 species that are down here, and you know, film a couple things out here and catch 1 fish, 2 fish, and then we'll go explore some more.
Last time we did a video out here at Lake Mead, I saw a couple comments of people wondering what the water level's been doing out here. And right now, it's actually been fairly steady since about July. I'll pull up a graph right now. So it's been fairly steady. And it's been kind of tough to be able to notice differences in the water levels because they took away some of the boats we were using and stuff. But the wintertime usually stays fairly steady. I have been hearing a lot of stuff online about the next couple years aren't looking very promising. There's been a little bit of snow so far this winter in Colorado, so fingers crossed that it keeps up and that we get a good melt and all the water comes down here to Lake Mead and fills it up a bunch. But you never know. It's Lake Mead. We might drop to the lowest levels in history or raise a lot, but one thing that's for sure is a lot of demand for water from this place. So it's going to be interesting. It's something we're definitely going to keep our eyes on as we come out here, just naturally, you know, as we fish and do our things. And if we see anything major, we'll let you know. One of these times we're gonna have to come out here and check out some of the boats that we know of that still haven't been pulled out. But as far as the water level goes right now, there hasn't been much change at all. I do gotta give credit to the National Park Service out here though, with what they're doing to this place. They're cleaning up the lakes. I know that that's something that was promised by the new park director. So they're holding their word with that. They're cleaning up the lake. They're taking out a lot of the sunken boats and the eyesores from the park. And they're making it better and more usable. If you would have came back here a couple years ago, there'd be a lot of people squatting that are living out here longer than you're supposed to. They'd be leaving trash. There was some stories of some crime that was happening out here, you know, theft and stuff of that nature. So when this place is finally done and open, they're gonna have people out here kind of looking over the campsites, managing it and maintaining these roads. They burned off a lot of spots and they gave you actual campgrounds with fire pits now. So it's a little bit safer, it's a little bit more convenient. One thing I'm very happy about is that they made the roads actually go pretty close to the water. I was nervous that it was gonna be like some of these other spots around the park where you'd have to hike a mile down to the water, but campsite's right there, we're right by the water. No bites so far on the anchovies. The one thing about this area right here is the fishing can be very, very good at times and tough at times, just because it's kind of shallow right in this spot. So I'm gonna take this pole and recast it, try to get it out somewhere a little bit deeper and see if we can catch something.
We were out here a few days ago. We didn't film because we were with family, but we caught a bunch of stripers out in the opening to this area.
Monster stripes, Benji's right here.
Oh, it's a bass.
No way.
No, it's not a bass.
He caught a bass. It's illegal, Alan. Going to jail.
Going to jail.
Yeah, we were having a good time out here. Caught a bunch of fish. We're getting ready to pack it up. It looks like there's not a whole lot of fish in this specific spot because I can see a sandbar. The sandbar, I don't know if you can see it, it travels right there. It comes all the way across and it's very shallow throughout here.
We'll probably ride out of here and then go check out the marina. Got everything we brought in and head out.
And just because we didn't catch here doesn't mean there's not fish here. There's millions of fish back here. 2 o'clock, hottest time of the day, and the fish, you know, they're probably deep chasing those shads, so no bites, not a big deal. It's going back on. That's a steep uphill. I'm gonna have to put it on the lower gears. Steep hill. This one's actually pretty cool.
Looks like all the campsites though are like primitive camping, huh?
Yeah.
Dry camping.
We made it.
Smooth rides. All right, so now we're gonna head over to Hemingway Harbor. They're extending the boat launch down there. We showed it a while ago. They announced they're gonna put the boat launch down to water level 1,000 foot elevation, and we're gonna see what kind of progress they're making over there.
So we're stopping by Boulder launch really quick. If you haven't seen the video where we showed you all these boats, go check it out. But as they collect boats here at Lake Mead, they pile them right here. So we already did a video on that. So if you want to check that one out, go to this link right here, or just wait till after this video and we'll put a link.
That one cut in half, the other side of that one's the one we saw earlier. Standing boat?
Oh yeah, there's the other half of the one that was in the other spot we just came from.
Yep.
That's weird, huh?
Yeah, I don't know why they put the other half over there and the front half here.
The last stop is gonna be over here by the
Hemingway Harbor.
we're gonna just go down, take a look, see how the ramp's doing.
Yeah, they're extending it. So obviously here at the Lake Mead's water level is very unpredictable, and all the people that are predicting where the water level is going to be at in a couple years, we keep hearing all this stuff that it's going to be at record lows, even lower than it was at the height of the drought when all this stuff was going crazy. People were finding bodies and everything. So the park's preparing for it, and they're extending the boat launch deeper. So that's to water level 1,000 is what I've heard, and right now I think we're floating around 1,050 somewhere there. So that would be expecting a 50-foot water level drop from where we're at right now, which is ridiculous. So hopefully it never hits level 1,000, but they're just doing it to make sure that if it does happen, it can be used recreationally the whole time.
So all right here is all the construction supplies. This must be costing hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Yeah, they're investing a lot of money in here. All those big concrete slabs gotta be expensive, so they're gonna extend it like a real boat launch here, way down. You can see right there those really thin metal like sheets right there. That was their cheap like temporary fix that they were trying to use, but I don't think anyone really liked launching their boat on those. So it's good to see that they're investing to make it the actual like concrete boat launch so far down, just in case that day ever comes where we're gonna need it. I could hear that bell ringing around in your pocket as we're walking down.
Yeah, so you can see right there, they're actually putting a bunch of gravel and stuff that goes down into the water.
It's a hard hat area too.
And I'm not gonna pretend that I know how all this works, but somehow they're working underwater. They had some scuba divers down there jumping in to go work below, so they're probably moving these into the water and setting them up so as it drops, it just continues to be able to be usable.
Yeah.
It's not too bad over here on this side, so you can still launch pretty big boats here.
You can see how they got the whole water separated here with these orange bags that wrap the whole area. It's probably loud as can be right now with that dozer.
There's guys catching over there.
They're catching?
Oh yeah, see a guy reeling in a fish right there.
They're catching fish right now.
This area gets really good certain times of the year. Like all this area gets loaded.
Yeah. This area can be pretty good fishing sometimes because they feed all the fish right behind us at the marina. So there's a lot of fish in the area. All the guys are over there working right now. See them down there. Yeah, so what I find crazy is how they can get down there and just work underwater the whole time, weld and do all these different things and create a road underwater. It's pretty impressive.
Any luck?
What's up, buddy?
Any luck?
Yeah, bro. It's a good day today, man.
Was it?
Real good day today. Oh, what's up, guys?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What's up, G?
How's it
How
going?
you doing, guys?
Good, good.
I see you guys all the time, man.
Oh, yeah.
I see this shit. Right off, bro.
So they're working underwater. That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Probably making good money. Look at this, he's picking up a slab. One thing I gotta say about whoever they hired to extend this boat launch, they've been working hard out here.
Yeah, they have every time we come.
Every time we've came out here for the last couple months, they've been hard at work. It's non-stop. That's what we were saying. It's probably a lot of work to build something like this underwater, because we all know how soft the mud can be when that water's been soaking on it forever. We got tons of videos of you back in the day sinking in it, so I would almost imagine they would have to kind of dig that soft mud out and fill in something firmer before they put these concrete slabs, but I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to see when it's all done how it turned out, but that's pretty much it for today's video out here at Lake Mead. As you guys saw, there's a lot going on. They're extending boat launches, they're working on campgrounds, they're cleaning up the boats. It's just nice, beautiful weather right now, so if you guys get the chance, I highly recommend you come swing by the National Recreation Area of Lake Mead here on the Nevada-Arizona border. Check it out for yourself, maybe do some fishing, maybe stop by the marina, feed some ducks and fish, and just have a good time. But we got a lot more content coming out soon. Senior and I, in the next day or two, are gonna be headed down to Tucson, Arizona, southern Arizona, right by the border. And then we're gonna go check out what's going on down there, because we got a coos deer hunt. We're gonna be with some of our family down there that a lot of you guys haven't seen in a long time. I really do appreciate you guys for watching today's video. If you want to see the video of us checking out those boats, click this link right here. And if you want to see another video of just us doing something outdoors, or a video you might be interested in, click right here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you outdoors.